Good morning, class. As you know, we are debating the topic on whether or not assault rifles in the United States should be federally banned. I think it is, first of all, important to understand what an assault rifle is, and this is defined by the Editor's Encyclopedia. An assault rifle is a military firearm that is chambered for ammunition of reduced size or propellant charge, and that has the capacity to switch between semi-automatic and fully automatic fire. From the same source, which was published October 13th, 2017, they go into the history of the assault rifle and why the assault rifle came to be. A hint at this new weapon had been given during World War I when Vladimir Grigorovich, who is considered the father of the automatic weapon, married the 6.5 millimeter cartridge of the Japanese Arisaka rifle to an automatic rifle. So, based on the definition and the history of this type of weapon, it's made for war, not for the streets of the United States and for the regular citizens which own it. Now, coming into today, I wanted to know, why is assault rifles, such weapons like the AR-15, so widely used and so popular with the common citizens of the United States? In an article entitled "Why the AR-15 Keeps Appearing at America's Deadliest Mass Shootings" by William Cummings and Bart Jansen, they took a direct quote from the NRA that said the AR-15 has soared in popularity because it is customizable, adaptable, reliable, and accurate. Now, as I got into the customizable and adaptable options which make it so appealing to the common citizen, in the same report again, from the Brady campaign to prevent gun violence, it said that most average people, so like you and me, can figure out how to install accessories on these type of weapons, such as forward trigger grips that let you hold the gun at the waist and spray bullets while stabilizing the gun, laser sights, and high-capacity magazines. So what they're saying is like, do a little demonstration. So you can put a forward trigger grip on your assault rifle where you can hold it like this, kind of like in a Scarface manner, and spray bullets. Now for the average citizen who has this in their home for self-defense or hunting game, I don't believe that that is necessary at all for you to have. Now, as I stated before, these weapons were made for military personnel and war. And a lot of military personnel have spoken out on this issue, such as Ralph Peters, who was interviewed by the New York Post on February 23rd, 2018. He says, "I believe on moral, practical, and constitutional grounds that no private citizen should own an automatic weapon or semi-automatic weapon that can easily be modified for automatic effects. These are military weapons. Their purpose is to kill human beings. They're not used for hunting, in parentheses, unless you want to destroy the animal's meat. They're lousy for target shooting, but excellent tools for mass murder." So again, for the common citizen who may not know as much about guns as this man, Ralph Peters, who I forgot to mention, has served in our U.S. Army for 10 years, shot his first gun when he was 8 years old, and grew up with guns around the house from his father and his whole family throughout his whole life. I think we need to take people like his word, and we need to understand that these weapons are not for the common citizen, but they are designed for war and the military. One of the claims made by our opponent is that our right to bear arms in the Second Amendment will be imposed upon if the assault rifle is federally banned. I'd like to read what the Second Amendment says in full. And as the entire text reads, it says, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed." So yes, it does say the right of the people to bear arms, but I want to focus on right before that, where it says the security of a free state. and I believe the security of our free state has been compromised with these assault rifles on the streets, per what my partner Ishmael said in his speech. With all the mass shootings and school shootings going on, we don't have a secure free state. Along with this, saying on the Second Amendment, in 1971, this is when the Second Amendment was developed by our founding fathers, they did not have the types of weapons that we had today. And in an article by Rachel Sobry that is entitled "Here's What Firearms Look Like When the Founding Fathers Wrote the Second Amendment," it didn't have a date of publication. It says, in 1971, common guns included muskets and flintstock pistols. According to the Washington Post, was a typically Revolutionary era musket, which had 1 round magazine capacity, and it could fire around 3 effective rounds per minute in the hands of the most skilled wielder. So this comes from a long way when we made this amendment in 1971, having muskets and flintstock pistols that could fire 3 rounds a minute, to a customizable option that you can buy, holding a gun at your waist and spraying possibly 100 rounds in maybe a minute. This is why the U.S. should federally ban the sale of assault-style weapons.